Hey ladies, thanks for sharing I just watched the replay from yesterday. Loved hearing everybody's stories, and I don't know if I did it in my head or on one of the calls, but I was really wanting to know everybody's stories, which is great. So I'm going to share mine. I graduated as a dietitian. Hopefully you guys can hear me. My speakers are against a desk. Graduated as a dietitian. I too started working at a young age. I think probably 14. Sounds like that's when we all did. Grade 9, I worked at a mini golf and ice cream place, as well as a waitress at White Spot, and my dad owned a restaurant and I worked there, and I always loved money and loved having my own freedom, and always, to save up for the car, and all of that meant freedom for me. So I graduated as a dietitian, and before I even graduated, I knew I wasn't going to be able to fit in their box. I was the one in the classes questioning the lecture topic, questioning the outdated teachings, that sort of thing. And then as soon as I became a dietitian, the crap that would come to my mailbox from Pepsi, from Sugar Institute, I just knew it wasn't in alignment. So I would practice in my own way, and then eventually I got challenged by the board in Nova Scotia. They were very strict and very old school. My friends in BC that were dietitians could practice, more holistically, more like a naturopath. Nova Scotia was awful. So they said, can you come in? We need to talk to you, because I was working alongside a naturopath, alongside functional medicine doctors, alongside naturopathic doctors. And they were like, we need to just make sure you're working within your scope. You're recommending supplements. That's, it was so silly. I think I had a cleanse up on my website, and they were like, you can't actually educate on cleanses. That's out of your scope. And the cleanse was so gentle. It was like, they had no idea what I was even doing. And I'm sure if I challenged it, I would have been able to stay. But I didn't. I knew from that moment, I was like, I'm actually going to go further if I drop my license. I felt I was digging myself out of a hole every time I would say I'm a dietitian, but I practice holistically. I practice like a naturopath. So that was a long time ago, 2015. I dropped my license and my business skyrocketed. So and I really didn't like working with the clients that were there because their doctor told them to come. So that was awesome. I dropped that. I took my business online full time. I created a signature program, sold that, and traveled around the world. And then people started asking for my grad class, how do you do it? How are you traveling? How did you create a career in dietetics where there's way too many students pumped out of the universities, not enough jobs? Everybody was moving away to get just work, even though they were moving away from where they wanted to live. So none of that made sense to me. I created my own positions in Halifax, worked for myself, corporate wellness, that sort of thing, always on my own path. So then dietitians and yoga teachers, and I did reflexology training, yoga training. I mean, we all kind of have similar stories. And they would ask, well, how are you doing it? So then I created 90-day escape plan to quit your job. That I targeted health coaches, dietitians, nutritionists, yoga teachers, and how I taught them to do that was the same 4-step process I did, and using online everything to leverage your time freedom as well. So automating things, it was 4 steps that I still teach today. And what else? So once I did that, I was essentially helping people get out of the matrix. And then my life blew up, much like all of you guys. So huge breakup. I thought I was going to marry the guy. We had a dog, a house, white picket fence, and he decided he was out. So at that time, I was seeing one-on-one clients, running masterminds, all on business of how to quit your job and do it in 90 days. And it was awesome until I realized that I couldn't function, and my business revolved around me showing up one-on-one, showing up, guiding people through mastermind classes. So I finished everybody else, kind of like sucked it up, was devastated. And then as soon as I finished all my masterminds, told my one-on-one clients were in 90 days. So finished them up, didn't take anyone else on, totally just like moved into my friend's place, worked at a health food store because I loved the people who worked there, just a few days a week to make sure my bills were covered. I still had residual income from a supplement company, I had a snack line. I had some residual income. It wasn't all on me. So I worked at that health food store just to be nurtured and to get out of bed and to get through this dark night of the soul, this crash and burn. My life blew up. So I realized that I can't have businesses that rely on me. I also had super heavy periods and I was prone to migraines, and my worst fear was, because I worked super hard as well in sales and marketing for other companies. I was a sales rep on salary positions where I would have to take Advil and bleed through extra heavy everything and change my Diva Cup every 20 minutes at trade shows. And I was really scared of that because I lived it, and it was awful that I couldn't just rest when I had my period. So from that point on, I was really like allergic or scared to do anything that required my time. So when I came back to it, I made sure everything was passive residual. It didn't need me. I had a baby during that time and totally rested and was supported by my savings. I actually qualified for mat leave because I went and got a job intuitively knowing I was going to get pregnant. Which is a really fun story because it wasn't what I thought. Me and my solid partner actually broke up and I had a baby with somebody else like a year later. So I had the baby, amazing Lyndon. He's 5 now. And when I came back to work, I had a solid job knowing that would pay the bills, and I didn't want to put pressure on my own business. I didn't want to do it any other way than be able to do it with a baby, if I was tired, no one had to see me. I used to use my looks to sell. I would go on live, Facebook and all of that, and drive traffic to my nutrition business and my quit your day job business. So I knew it had to run without me. I lived in a tiny house with a baby and off grid. So that was my focus. And I had my child for, we split, my ex and I, when our guy was 1. And then I ended up with him 80% of the time just for 1 year while my ex moved and got sorted with this position he really wanted. So for that 1 year, I had him 80% of the time. And I made sure to I said, anything that happens with my business has to be self-run. Basically, I have to be able to do it with a baby in my arms, or at this point, I think he was 2 with a toddler there. And I didn't want him to see me on my phone. I didn't want him to be like, oh, mom's always working. So 2 things came to life. A jewelry business, which is great. He could come make bracelets with me, and I could do it as a meditation practice. I could do it any time of the day, even if he was with me, and it was healthy. And then the second one of my best friends, she was working as a executive assistant, and she had to quit. She was working, it was just out of integrity and over $100,000 a year. And she just said, I have to quit. And I really want to do like VA work. Well, no, she didn't know what she wanted to do, but we brainstormed and I was like, what do you want to do? I'll help you. I'll do the business side of it. She's like, I don't want to do sales. I don't want to do marketing. I don't want to talk to people. She was so sick of it from being an executive assistant. She's like, I just want to be at home, do what I want, craft, because she had a jewelry business. And she said, I just want to freelance. I'm like, great, tell me what you want to do and I'll create a business around it. And that's how my virtual assistant business came to life, was for her. So I said, great, I love sales, I love marketing, I have the money to start it. She was a graphic designer. I was like, this is the logo I want. And together that brand came to life, and she did all the VA work, most of it. I was doing a little bit. And I did marketing and sales and got the clients. So we were a great little team, and she got pregnant. And as soon as she was going to go on mat leave, I made sure to hire another girl. And then she actually got pregnant too. And she was going to go on mat leave. And then the team just started growing. I have 10 people now. It's amazing. It's a true business that can scale. My other businesses are good, but they're like, I've never had such an easy, scalable business than the VA business. And it was just, yeah, it's been great. So it's, I don't know, 2.5 years it's been alive. And I've been freelancing as a VA for 16 years. So 2 years it's been branded, or 2.5, it's been branded. And I have other people working with me, 10 people right now. And I just go with the flow with that one. And then, so that's my main, what I'll probably be talking about mostly in this course. And then as a dietitian, I didn't want to throw all of that away. So everything I created, I moved into an app, and an online wellness app. So I do have that, and it's $5 a month. People have been on it for years. And at one point I do want to drive more traffic and get it. I have 16 contributing health coaches to that. And I want to upload more content, and it's a 90-day program, and it's, really easy to access. It's on an app. So that's really cool. And one day I'm going to find the right person that is either going to manage it, or I will do it again myself. But right now I kind of got burnt out in the wellness industry. And my true passion was more helping people reclaim their freedom and time freedom and that sort of thing, which the VA business, I can do that tangibly with the VAs actually doing this stuff. And then I have a whole other side of, I used to coach, and then I started consulting, and then now it's more, I have an online course. I'll run masterminds, do group coaching. Haven't done one-on-one for a little while. I don't think I'm going to bring it back, to be honest. I have 2 VAs that can do the strategic calls that I used to do. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. And then as for like energetic work, and plant medicine has been in my life and has always, that's another business and income stream that I have. So I kind of just roll with what I'm told to do by my higher self, by the universe. My work is to stay connected, stay in alignment, and listen to the guidance. So that's me. Most of you guys know me. And I hope to make all the other calls. Yesterday was wild, so wasn't there. And thank you so much. I loved hearing everybody's stories, and I look forward to seeing you guys. I have a lot of different things, like million, really. So if you have any questions, or you want to be a part of anything, you can come for free. I have a program called The Calling. You're welcome to join in if the energy is in alignment. There's some gals on the call that are doing it with us, and I'm starting November 1st. Group of people, and the intention this year is to either double your monthly income, or take back half of your time. So still make the same amount of money, but reclaim half of your time, or straight up double your monthly income. And this doesn't have to be overall. This can be in one sector. Like, say you want to double your affiliate marketing income from $100 a month to $200, or say you want to double your, you have a passive product like my app. Maybe that's my intention. I want to double that. My actual intention for those 6 months is to double my gross revenue that comes in. So that's what I'm doing. And if you don't want to participate in the actual program, I would love to just hear, or maybe just, if you're keen to chat or anything like that, I'm all ears. That's my passion. I find when people talk to me about nutrition and fitness and all the stuff that I used to do, it kind of like, I just go monotone and blurry-eyed, and whereas business and creating your own freedom, and that's where I get lit up. So super happy to bounce ideas off too. I've started a few different businesses and love collaborations. I just started a little collaboration for a skincare line, which is cool. And I'm all about collaborations and affiliate marketing and working together and scaling, streamlining, as well as just regaining our freedom and our power back. And I too don't ever want to work for someone else. I don't want anyone ever telling me what to do. And that's my ultimate success, is waking up every morning and doing what I want when I want, and being able to follow the guidance and help the people that come across my path. So that's that. Happy day.